All right, today we're diving into a token called Pzen. Now, on the surface, it looks like a simple rewards token, but trust me, you're going to want to stick around. Because this thing, it might just be the key to unlocking a whole new private financial system. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, let me ask you something. What if your crypto could just pay you? I mean, just for holding it. No crazy staking protocols, no locking it up for months. It just sits in your wallet and grows. That really simple idea, that's the hook. That's where this whole story kicks off. And the token that makes that happen is PulseXen, or PZN for short. Now, technically, it's called a reflection-based tax token, which sounds a little complicated. But don't worry, it's actually super straightforward. It lives on the PulseChain network, and its whole reason for existing is to automatically send a little piece of the action back to everyone who holds it. So you're probably asking, okay, how does it actually work? Well, the entire system is built on this really elegant, simple mechanism they call pay it forward. Let's peel back the layers and see what's going on. Honestly, it couldn't be simpler. Every single time someone buys or sells Zine, bang, a smart contract automatically skims a tiny 2% tax off the top. And what happens to that tax? It gets instantly zapped back out to all the other Pzen holders, based on how much they're holding. The best part? It's totally passive. You don't have to do a thing. You just watch your balance tick up in your wallet. And that's it. That's the magic number right there, 2%. That little 2% tax is the engine. It's the heartbeat that drives this whole thing. It's what fuels the rewards for every single person in the ecosystem, constantly and predictably. But wait, there's more. It's not just about the reflections. If you look under the hood, there are actually a few other cool things going on. There's a burn function, which slowly reduces the total supply. There's a charity wallet that gets a piece of the action. They've even built in some anti-whale measures to stop huge dumps from crashing the price. Oh, and if you want to get more involved and provide liquidity, you can earn a whole extra layer of rewards on top of everything else. Okay, so it's a really clever reward token. End of story, right? We're done? Well, what if I told you that this super simple, elegant little system was actually just the first step, the key to a door that leads to something way, way bigger and more powerful? Yeah, this is where things get really interesting. And that brings us to the whole other side of the story. We're talking about a brand new suite of privacy tools being built right on PulseChain, the exact same network that Pzen calls home. Think about it. For the longest time, blockchains have been like an open book, right? Every single transaction, public for the world to see and trace. But these new tools, they flip that on its head. Now, you can prove a transaction happened and that it's valid without showing who sent what to whom. It's a huge shift from total transparency to, let's call it, verifiable privacy. And we're not just talking about one little piece of tech here. It's a whole toolkit. You've got things like zero-knowledge proofs, or ZK proofs, which are honestly kind of magic. They let you prove something is true without revealing any of the secret information behind it. Then you've got shielded pools to hide transactions, and whole projects like Swap and PulsePrize that are building out this new, private financial world. Okay, so here's where it all clicks together. What happens when you take a simple, easy-to-understand token like Pzen, and you plug it into this incredibly powerful new privacy layer? You start to unlock financial tools and applications that were literally impossible before on a public blockchain. Let's get concrete. Use case number 1. Private credit deals, happening completely on-chain. So think about lending and borrowing money, but without shouting all the details from the rooftops for the entire world to see. So how would that even work? Well, using those ZK proofs we talked about, a borrower could prove they have enough money to pay back a loan without showing their bank statements to anyone. The deal terms, the interest rates, all of that stays confidential. And a token like Pzen, it could be the collateral or the interest payments, all tucked away inside a shielded private vault on the blockchain. All right, next up, imagine you want to swap some tokens between different blockchains. Let's say from PulseChain over to Ethereum. But you want to do it completely anonymously. With something called the ZK bridge, the system can basically act like a trusted middleman that can't see anything. It confirms that you sent your tokens and the other person sent theirs, but it has no idea who you are, who they are, or even what you traded. And in that scenario, Pzen could be the perfect asset to settle the trade, with the whole transfer being totally invisible to the public. Now this next one, this is a big one. Think about huge, regulated investment funds. They want to get in on the efficiency of blockchain, but they have a legal responsibility to keep their clients' information private. How do you square that circle? Well, this tech gives them the best of both worlds. A fund could use what's called a ZK audit to prove to a regulator with mathematical certainty that they're following all the rules, all without ever revealing a single client's portfolio. It's compliance without compromise. And again, Pzen could fit right in, maybe for paying out management fees or rewards, all done privately. Okay, for our last use case, we're getting into some seriously futuristic stuff. What if you could sell valuable information without ever actually showing anyone the secret data? Okay, stick with me here. Imagine a company has some secret sauce, some proprietary data that gives them a market edge. Using ZK proofs, they can prove on-chain that they've run a calculation using that secret data and gotten a specific result. People could then pay them in Pzen to see that result. But the company's secret sauce, the data itself, is never, ever exposed. It's a way to monetize intellectual property without giving it away. All right, let's pull back and look at the big picture for a second. We started with a super simple reward token, and now we're talking about some mind-bendingly advanced financial tech. So what does it all mean when you put it together? This is really the cheat sheet for how it all connects. You see, for every one of these wild new use cases, private credit, anonymous swaps, there's a key piece of privacy tech making it possible. And right there in the middle of it all, a simple token like Pzen has a potential role to play, whether it's being used as collateral, a payment, or a reward. So really, when you boil it all down, Pzen is designed to be a bridge. It's the thing that connects a super simple idea that anyone can get, getting paid just to hold something, to this vast, complex, and powerful new world of programmable private finance. It's like the easy-to-use on-ramp to a financial superhighway that's still being built. And I think this quote from the team behind it just nails the ambition here. This is about more than a meme coin. It's about redefining coded finance. See, the point isn't just to make another reflection token. The point is to use that simple idea as a foundational piece, a building block, to completely rethink what we can do with finance on a blockchain. And that leaves us with one last really big question to chew on. We started with physical money, then we got digital money, and then we got transparent programmable money with crypto. So is this the next logical step? Money that is not only programmable, but also private by default. Is that the next evolution of how we think about value? That's the big idea I want to leave you with. Thanks for tuning in.